playing against a team like that. You just have to stay with it and stay poised, and I thought we did a great job of that.
You can see the game 8 Eastern tomorrow on NBC. Hear every game of the Stanley Cup Final on NBC Sports Radio. Big upset day 1 of the French Open. Women's top seed Angelique Kerber knocked out by Ekaterina Makarova in straight sets. Day baseball, 4 games just about to get underway. It's the A's and Yankees, Rangers and Jays in Toronto, Royals and Indians, Angels and Marlins, bottom of the hour, Mariners and Red Sox, Nats hosting the Padres, Reds and Phillies. Sunday Night Baseball, it's the Mets and Pirates. This is NBC Sports Radio.
This is Joe Lyons. Guardian Jet Center at Ontario International Airport would like to now honor the memory of those who have made the greatest sacrifice for our country.
May 29th is Memorial Day, and we honor the memory of Marine Captain Henry T. Elrod, who served his country above and beyond the call of duty. On December 8th, 1941, he was one of a small group of men defending Wake Island from Japanese invasion. During the air battle, he shot down many enemy planes and was the first pilot to sink a major warship with small caliber bombs. When his plane was disabled, he took his place in the line on the beach and was responsible for the outstanding performance of the men in his section. Elrod died in battle during the first month of the war, but for his superb skill as a pilot, his daring leadership, and complete devotion to duty, Henry Elrod was awarded the Medal of Honor for service above and beyond.
Today, Guardian Jet Center salutes the men and women whose sacrifice has made the American way of life possible. Guardian, the most advanced fixed-base operator at the Ontario International Airport, redefines the expectations of the general aviation business traveler, one client at a time. Single-engine or cabin-class aircraft give Guardian the opportunity to enhance the customer experience. The Guardian Jet Center is the gateway to Southern California.
This is KCAA.
Now, here's a new concept: digital network advertising, where businesses display your ad inside their building. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, your company is going to thrive with digital network advertising. Choose your marketing sites or jump on the DNA system and advertise with all participants. Your business ad or logo is rotated multiple times an hour inside local businesses where people will discover your company. Digital network advertising, DNA, a novel way to be seen and remembered. Digital network advertising with networks in Redlands and Yucaipa. Call in the 909 area 222-9293 for introductory pricing. That's 909-222-9293 for digital network advertising. One last time, digital network advertising, 909-222-9293.
My name's Doug Salamone, and I have a new show for you that will blow your mind. So what kind of show is it? It's a podcast, and it's called In the News. And you can find us at inthenewspodcast.com. We talk about what's new, what's crazy, what's out of this world, and we'll dissect those thoughts, ideas, and events right here on the show. And hear all the news you may have missed or really don't give a crap about, but want to hear anyways. So come on over and meet me at inthenewspodcast.com. That's inthenewspodcast.com.
This is Pastor Greg from Chosen Generation Radio Show, heard right here on KCAA, 1 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Do any of these sound familiar? Not sleeping well, waking up tired, drinking more coffee than usual, can't stay focused, craving sugary drinks and snacks, feel like you're stuck on a treadmill, having trouble managing your weight, not sick but not firing on all cylinders? Any one of these could mean that you might have a system overload, and Thyrodrenal might just be right for you. Think about it. You've probably been feeling like this for a while. Life has a way of wearing you down, and if you aren't getting the right nutrients, then physical and emotional wear and tear will take its toll. Most of us at some time or another could use some nutritional support for our adrenal and thyroid glands to bring things back in balance. Our bodies respond well to optimal nutrition to keep daily energy levels up and stress levels down. Try Thyrodrenal from Michael's Naturopathic Programs, a nourishing support formula with vitamins, minerals, and herbs to put back what life takes out. Look for Michael's on the label. We're serious about good health. Thyrodrenal is available at leading health food stores nationwide. If you don't see it on the shelf, then ask for it by name. Thyrodrenal.
KCAA.
Good day, good day. Hello, Memorial Day weekend. This is the weekend that we pay tribute to all of those who passed during active service, who have provided active service to the military. So many of the things we'll be doing will be number one, we'll be waving our flag, the beautiful American flag, and we'll be going out to cemeteries to pay tribute. And some people are going to stay home and cook. That's one of the things we'll talk about today on Empire Talks Back, how you stay home on Memorial Day and cook and prepare that barbecue for maybe friends like Tammy and Wallace to stop by. I'm not sure. We could probably bring Tafase and video the whole thing and, you know,
and
make
I'm pretty
it happen.
easy because I'm vegan, so
Oh, you're easy to feed?
Yes, I am.
I can't eat that much.
See?
So I mean, we'd be perfect. We'd be perfect flash mob guests for anybody who wanted to give us a call. We shouldn't say flash mob. Shouldn't say mob. That sounds like we're going to eat up all the food.
Yeah, and if you say flash, they don't understand that because they don't know. You know, they're like,
you
think so?
Bam! It's here now. It wasn't here a few seconds ago. Flash happened.
Boom! Flash
and now
mob.
everybody's here.
So they had no company, and then flash.
They have plenty of company. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. That's Tammy Riles, Tammy Martin Riles. She's here to rile you up. We have Mr. Tafase here to do some videotaping today. We're going to kind of take it slow and easy across the weekend, the way we want you to take it while you're out there driving. This is not the weekend to demonstrate your ability to speed. If you want to watch somebody speed, go home, watch TV, watch the
Fast and Furious? No, I'm just kidding.
Fast and Furious is a nice movie, but this is the day they also have the Indianapolis 500. Okay. And that's a great traditional race on this weekend. It comes, I believe that race is born up from the great tradition of bootlegging in the South, where people drove their cars to outrun the sheriff. And, you know, that was the way they did it. That's what started the whole NASCAR, outrun you to the
So are we promoting?
spot.
So are we promoting that?
No, we're promoting that if you want to watch fast driving or participate in fast driving, go watch it on TV. Don't participate on our highways and freeways this weekend, because our highway patrol and sheriffs and police departments are being paid extra money today to get your wild, crazy behind off our freeway. Now that's the fact, Jack. I don't want to have you misinterpret it. This is a great weekend for having fun. Unfortunately, at the end of this weekend, traditionally there have been some people who can't have fun because somebody in their family's gone because of some craziness on the freeway. So let's let that not happen. Enjoy your weekend. This is also a big kind of middle weekend. You've got graduations on both sides of the holiday. Tammy, as a teacher, how's that worked for you? I know you've been volunteering to chaperone. You know,
I don't volunteer. Yes, I have to.
I mean, but you go chaperone, and I guess that really makes the kids love you, doesn't it?
Well, yes, but you know what? It's kind of bittersweet.
What kind of chaperone are you, Miss Riles?
I'm a fun chaperone. I participate. You know, the grad night, I'm going to get on the rides with you. We go to the senior dinner
You carry a flashlight with you?
No, I don't carry a flashlight. You already know. By this time, if you don't know the kids, then you don't know the kids. I know the kids, so I already know what they're going to do.
Being that you know the kids, you still don't carry a flashlight?
No, I don't carry no flashlight. It's called I know you, what you doing, and you better not do it. So we got a relationship. I see you. So
okay, so you have some of that magic sauce that makes the kids just do what you tell them to do.
Well,
how can we market that so others can take advantage of it? We
have teachers
we have
or
the Tammy
parents?
Martin Riles, the children do what I tell them to do sauce. And how do you spread it? What do you do to make that happen, Miss Tammy?
Well, I think, no, it's not I think. The formula is you have to build a relationship. And you have to build a relationship where you foster an environment that is conducive to them being themselves and not judging them for being honest with you, but taking it in as a learning experience, and then allowing that time to counsel them on an open,
so the children on this on these great celebrated weekends of graduation and graduation parties and stuff, you are able to handle them at these grad parties so that they don't get wild and in trouble and stuff.
Well, now,
are you for hire?
I'm not saying what they're gonna do afterward.
Call you and hire you to chaperone their parties for their kids because you're so good at doing this.
You know what? This is so funny. I think we forget that we used to be 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18.
How you do it, because it wasn't done in my generation. We always figured out a way to hook the chaperone up with some kind of distraction so that we could party like we wanted to party.
Well, the kids know I'm a player. I told them I'm in the game to play. Okay. So, you know, I told them they have not invented anything that we have not done. So all it is, Wallace, the game just continues to go. But it doesn't change. Technology has made it hard.
I'm enthused. The fear of all of their friends having their cameras with them on go all the time. If that doesn't cool them out and make them kind of act like they've got good sense, I don't know what is going to do it. That would have slowed us down.
Oh, the camera on
there?
Yeah,
the camera, because the camera means now not only do we have evidence for us, we have evidence for Mr. Allen. And my daddy was not the one we wanted to have any evidence against us on.
But that's why kids are most youth, especially in high school, are not on the same social media site as their parents. So you're not gonna see them on. They don't frequent Facebook and LinkedIn. And then
Okay, so folks, this is the big party corner of the universe for our children. Yeah. What are you guys doing out there to be sure that your kids are staying inside the parameters of what you want them to do, Mrs. Tammy? You've got some live mothers and fathers right there on your what do we call it, Periscope?
This one, I'm not on Periscope right now, but I'm on Facebook, and I will tell you that if they really want to stay on top, then they're going to have to educate themselves and get out of their comfort zone and get onto the set up accounts where their kids are on. And a lot of times we are like, oh, social media is not my thing. Well, you better make it your thing if you're trying to figure out what's going on with your child.
Well, that's true. Do we have any advice? How do we stay on that social media, especially if we're not that astute about it ourselves? What do we do? Is there some kind of Tammy Martin Riles agency that we can call to have our children watched? Observed? Do you have some classes that you can give the parent so that we'll be able to keep up with them, like what do we call it, the TMR technique, the Tammy Martin Riles?
You know what, Wallace? I think you have started something with me with my entrepreneurial mind. I think I will start a TMR. What can you do to keep up with your kids? And then, I can give them some input of the sites. I can tell them the language they need to.
Now you're talking. You may have something. That may be a great thing that I thought of for you to do, Miss Miles.
You haven't added more to my platter, so you just keep adding on. Keep making me better.
Ask your friends there. How many of your listeners there, Tammy, have children? We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we want to figure out, as you party with yourself, how do you keep your kids in line? What do you suggest for keeping them in line? And what does in line mean?
That's the question.
Very diverse attitudes about what our kids are able to do, what they should be able to do. Matter of fact, let's take this break, come back, and see if we got anybody concerned about that, and maybe you can tell us about our guests that we're expecting a little bit later in the show. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen with Tammy Martin Riles. We're here celebrating the Memorial Day weekend, inviting you to stay very safe on our highways and freeways and to not do anything crazy. And we haven't defined all of crazy yet, so come back and we'll talk a little bit about what is crazy. I'm thinking about writing a book about nothing common about common sense for people who drive on the freeway. I've said some crazy things happen, and we'll talk about some of that. Maybe my villains are out there listening as they drive now, or about to be a villain and do something stupid memorial on Memorial Day that isn't wise. We'll be right back after this short break talking about how uncommon common sense is in so many ways, especially driving. Take care. Be right back.
You took my heart. Now dangerous inside.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
This is Reverend Judy Wortham Sauls, First Lady of Holman United Methodist Church, to tell you about something that is of great importance to our communities. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act and Medi-Cal, 6.8 million African Americans became eligible for health care coverage. This is crucial, folks. I often hear personal stories about how Medi-Cal saved a son's, daughter's, or mother's life and saved families thousands of dollars in medical bills. At Holman, we are huge advocates of helping those in need, specifically if you require access to health care, which we all know provides peace of mind. Our communities need to thrive, and it all begins with our health. Let's stand up for Medi-Cal and continue to work to safeguard health care for all. The Affordable Care Act also boosts our economy and has created over 330,000 jobs for Californians. Remember, Medi-Cal enrollment is year-round. To find a clinic near you where you'll receive free confidential help to enroll, please visit localclinic.net. That's localclinic.net. Or call toll-free 855-899+. That's 855-899+. Stay loud, California.
For more local radio every day, tune into KCAA Loma Linda.
This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen, and we were just discussing the fact that we think there's a new pastor in San Bernardino's New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. If someone wants to call us and update us on that real factual information, don't call me with your opinion. Give me the facts. No alternative facts. Just, is there a new minister, and who is it at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church? If you can help us with that, and that's for San Bernardino. I understand hope is a great desired element, and there's a lot of new hope in a lot of places. I mean, New Hope Missionary Baptist Church in San Bernardino.
Yeah, New Hope is probably, it's a very well-respected church, and they always have something going on, and they are really for the community.
And your mother goes there.
Yes, she does. So I'm trying to give that a shout out.
And I'm a member there, and that's why I'm really ashamed that I can't tell you about the new pastor right now. But truth, Sammy, it's the truth. We go with the truth. Listen, I'm on the freeway yesterday driving, and you're on the freeway. People are out there driving today. You're going to find that there are people who will, and this is one of my pet peeves, is the person who speeds to get in front of you in the lane, and then they slow down. Okay, folks, here's my rule. The farther to the left that you are, generally the faster the lane is moving. Now, there may be a question about the express lane. There may be a question about the HOV lane, which is the high occupancy vehicle lane, okay? Yes. That's not necessarily a fast lane. It should be probably faster than the lane next to it to the right, but the HOV lane is a high occupancy vehicle lane. It doesn't mean go faster. It means that if you've got two or more people, you can ride over there as opposed to riding in the lanes to the right that may be occupied, be busy. You should still be going faster in the HOV lane than the people are in the lane to your immediate right. If you're not, then you should go on and get in one of those lanes and move along.
But Wallace, there's a reason you bring it up, because you must have some issues.
I do. I have issues. I have issues with car accidents.
Okay.
The car accidents don't just inconvenience and harm the people that are involved in the accident. It inconveniences and slows down the people who are trying to drive safely and who are now impacted and have to wait till the accident is clear. So we, and then there's the rubberneckers, the people who from
Rubberneckers.
The rubberneckers.
Neckers.
Yes, we want to be sure we say neckers.
Neckers.
Okay. The rubberneckers who are driving in the opposite direction and slow down traffic because they see the action, and it's hard not to do that. I understand.
Okay, explain rubberneckers.
Those are the people who see an accident and slow down, or see some occurrence while they're driving and slow down so they can look at the issue as opposed to
Why don't we
continue
just call
their
them
driving.
nosy?
Well, okay, you could call them nosy, but then that may cause another level of road rage. This is my whole object. My whole object in this type of discussion is to avoid road rage, to avoid the inconvenience to other people that you cause when you're not paying attention, or you're paying too much attention that something doesn't really involve you on the highway. People need to keep their mind on what they're doing. People who change lanes, moving to the left, change lane, and slow down, that's the guy I'm talking about. Charlie, Fred, Virginia, whoever you are, if you're doing that, it's not fair. Don't do that. Think about what you're doing. Now, is there anything that bothers you on the freeway?
Well,
and I'm saying that this is Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have disappointments. People are going to be concerned about accidents. It's an accident because accidents should be things that you couldn't control, and most of the things on the highway we can control if we pay attention. And I'm just being real about that. It's scary.
Yeah, I think my only pet peeve on the road is just rude people, because, and when I mean about rude people, just rude, nasty people, that flip you off, that, cuss at you. I guess that is road rage, and you be sitting there looking like, is it really?
Well, sometimes, yeah, it's kind of like, why are they doing that to me?
Yeah,
right?
because
because you weren't paying attention and you just cut them off, and the guy rode up and wanted to salute you.
Yeah, but then what is that going to do for the rest of your day?
Why
not send a prayer toward me? Why not say, what, you did wrong, but you okay? We good.
Maybe we need to create a universal I forgive you sign.
Yes.
Because we certainly have one that says,
I don't like you. So maybe if we turned it around and said,
what, turned it upside down?
No, we need to change that. I think it means the same thing.
Hand signals.
It means the same thing to the side, up, down, and around in a circle.
Okay.
So maybe the circle, just the circle, or maybe two circles together, not a heart, but
you can't do that driving because it takes both hands.
Okay, so maybe just
but some symbol of appreciation. Okay, now you're right about that. There have been times when I was trying to get into a lane and someone kindly let me in.
Yes.
And you wave your arm at them, you put your arm out the window or something, and you say thank you. I've done that and let people in, and when they've given me that little I appreciate it signal, it did make me feel better. It made I won't say it made my whole day, but it made that moment a lot better. It made me feel a lot better about letting them in and being a good driver's citizen. And that's what we're talking about. If we can get you to be a good driver's citizen over the Memorial Day weekend, we might be able to get you to be a good citizen and call your congressman and congresswoman about certain political things that affect you negatively.
Exactly.
And I didn't, and you shouldn't have been able to catch any of my political leanings the way I said that, right? I didn't say anything good or bad about any particular political person or entity. I just, the whole principle there. But we have to, we want to share the roads. We want to be kinder to each other. And that's our overall message every week, is to be kinder to each other, to be more empathetic. But since the highway is the way of most of us on this weekend, we want to ask you to please pay attention and be a good driver citizen.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, we were talking. Go ahead. We were talking earlier though about some of the issues with our kids. Has anybody delivered us a special formula for getting along with the kids? Anybody showed any interest in buying the Tammy Martin's Riles get along with your child program?
Well, I'm going to have to show them. You know, we live in a community today that I've been there, I've done that, I've done everything that I need to do. So you already know, Wallace, you know, people are looking within instead of just looking out. Sometimes they're looking out instead of within, meaning that maybe it's not for me to understand everything, and maybe just like counseling, you know, we always need to ask for help because a lot of times we don't have the answer ourselves because we're so used to running us and running the same pattern that we've been doing. It's called a habit. It is what we've lived and walked.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So if you had 5 kids and somebody tell you, oh, I can tell you how to communicate with that 5th kid, what's the first thing out of your mouth?
Well, I did 4 already. I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
But then of the 4, maybe 3 of them are incarcerated?
Watch yourself now.
Well,
you see, but that's what I'm saying. And so we don't want to look within ourselves to say, there's nothing wrong with me. It's just that I don't know the answer. And so, and a lot of times we...
there was a poet once who responded to that, what's wrong with you? Somebody kept asking, well, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Yes.
Okay, so the poet wrote it. He said, me? Wasn't nothing wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Wasn't nothing wrong with me when I left me. Now, maybe you might have misarranged me in relocating me from me to you, but that's not me. That's you.
Yeah. And
did you understand that, Pam?
No, I did. I got
okay,
you.
Kept
That's
up with
you.
that.
It's me. I know. Wallace, you know I get you.
Okay.
I get you more than the average person gets you.
You know, but I'm trying to talk to the average person. That's my issue.
But that's the problem. But see, you know what? It's when it comes to parenting.
We are all here together, so
yeah.
we can't skip over people just because. You know, there's a group of people, 90 that have 99% of all the money.
Yes.
And then there's a group of people that may have 89% of all the cents. Okay, so I don't know what the balance is, but all of the people with all the money are definitely not all the people with all the sense. Okay, and I don't mean the olfactory sense. I'm talking about common sense. I'm talking about getting along.
You know, a lot of anatomy, olfactory
sense.
Did
I say that right?
Yes,
okay,
you did.
Okay, teacher. I guess I'm going to show a little politic here.
Okay.
Because right now there's an issue about inheritance and inheritance tax, and a lot of people are securing their future generations by setting up trusts to allow their future generations to inherit. And many of those future generations won't know a nickel about how to earn, share, or do anything. And so capturing that money, you know, I understand why we want to secure our future children, especially if they're not going to be that smart. But we can't corner all of the resources of the planet and our economy to do that. So we need to figure something out about this inheritance tax. I'm not going to say all of what it is. You certainly have a right to leave something for your future, but you cannot take and sequester all of the money and put it in a corner somewhere just because you may have been lucky at the casino.
Well, that's why
or the casino of business or the casino of life. Capturing all the money shows you did something, but you can't keep that. You got to throw it back in circulation.
Inheritance, because you get something that's given to you because it was passed down, so you can't treat it.
The point of an economy is to keep the money flowing. I guess that's what I'm saying. It's like a conversation. You can't keep it all in one spot. We have talked a little bit about some things, and there's some other things we need to talk about.
And that's health.
But before we go, I want to remind you again, because you're out there on the highway. I know who's listening today. Many of you, most of you are on the highway. And I want you to be sure that you are kind and considerate, and remember that the purpose of you being there is not to win the lane race with the guy next door to you, or to get ahead one more car. Your purpose is to get where you were intending to go, your destination. Getting there is fun and important, and how you act getting there is fun and important, but getting there, completing the destination, getting to grandma's house, is the goal. If that guy in the convertible is trying to make your race, let him go do what he's got to do. You don't know know what his day is like, and he doesn't know what yours is like. A little forgiveness will allow us to get where we're going. The ones who succeed are the ones who ignore their opportunity to get even.
Exactly.
If you want to get ahead, you cannot stop by trying to get even. This is Empire Talks Back, and we're trying to get ahead. We'll be back right after this break. Hoping you're on your way to a great Memorial Day weekend occurrence without any problems. We'll be right back.
Exactly.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292 FQ Riverside, and K293 CF Moreno Valley.
Publish your legal notice in Westside Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. Westside Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call Westside Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
This is Reverend Judy Wortham-Salz, First Lady of Holman United Methodist Church, to tell you about something that is of great importance to our communities. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act and Medi-Cal, 6.8 million African Americans became eligible for health care coverage. This is crucial, folks. I often hear personal stories about how Medi-Cal saved a son's, daughter's, or mother's life and saved families thousands of dollars in medical bills. At Holman, we are huge advocates of helping those in need, specifically if you require access to health care, which we all know provides peace of mind. Our communities need to thrive, and it all begins with our health. Let's stand up for Medi-Cal and continue to work to safeguard health care for all. The Affordable Care Act also boosts our economy and has created over 330,000 jobs for Californians. Remember, Medi-Cal enrollment is year-round. To find a clinic near you where you'll receive free confidential help to enroll, please visit localclinic.net. That's localclinic.net. Or call toll-free 855-899+. That's 855-899+. Stay loud, California.
You're listening to KCAA, your good neighbor along the way.
I mean, this is Empire Talks Back. This is the big Memorial Day weekend. This is the day when people are barbecuing. Some folks are barbecuing and talking about the great old family recipe, the great tradition for cooking these ribs or cooking the brisket or how to do the shrimp in a certain kind of way. Listen, if you've got what you think is the best way to cook something and you're willing to share not just the recipe, but maybe invite us over, give us a call, 888-909-1050. We'll see how that goes. Joe, we have a guest on the lines. This is, and I'm speaking to Beverly who?
Jones Wright.
Beverly Jones Wright. Now, Miss Wright, how are you this morning? Can you help me out? What is it that you're calling about? I believe you're calling to tell me about New Hope Missionary Baptist Church's new minister. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, congratulations, first of all, to New Hope for getting, for completing the decision. It's only been 7 years. I'm kidding. I know it's not been that long. But you guys have been, we have been without a minister for how long, Mrs. Wright?
About 18 months.
How many?
About 18 months.
About 18 months, okay. And tell us about the new pastor. And are we inviting people to come on over now?
Yes, invitation is always open, but our pastor is Dr. Michael Andrew Owens. He hails from Detroit, Michigan, the Bethel Baptist Church of the East, and he will begin to preach on the 1st of July, and we will have his ceremony on August 17th.
So he will officially start the 1st of July.
No, he will officially start on the 25th of June. He will visit us on the 25th of June, but he won't start preaching until the 1st of July.
Okay, so if you would
and
like...
we'll have his installation on the 13th of August.
Very, very good. So We will be able to read more about that, I'm sure, in some of the local papers. But we've gotten the scoop right here on Empire Talks Back. Beverly, would you again announce the name of New Hope Missionary Baptist Church's new pastor? And we're inviting everybody to come out to hear him on his first official message day of when?
July 1st.
July 1st. And his name again?
Dr. Michael Andrew Owens.
Pastor Michael Andrew Owens, the new minister at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church in San Bernardino. And July 1st will be his first official sermon at the church. And we're glad to announce that, and as happy as I can be, and happy for the church, and I think the city's going to be better off as a result of that. And thank you, Beverly Jones-Wright, for calling in. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And he'd like to have you use his full name, Michael Andrew.
Michael and...
Not just Michael.
And where's he from?
Right. I noticed
from
people
Detroit.
are already shortcutting it. But he prefers for you to say Michael Andrew Owens as opposed to just Michael Owens.
Michael Andrew Owens. Reverend Michael Andrew Owens. Very good.
Right.
Beverly, since you've called in with that good piece of information, can you tell us where the good barbecue is going to be tomorrow, the good party that we might be able to stop in and, share a little bit of, what are you going to do? What are you doing for tomorrow?
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to get some tea. I don't need barbecue. I just need tea.
Okay,
tea.
You must taught some tea. You must be speaking of the great Josephine Allen, who is the tea maker.
Mama tea.
Joe Mama's Tea. Very good. All right. Let's see. Is there anything we need to ask? Miss Jones writes, you've answered two great questions. One, who the new minister is at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. Two, what is your special attraction for Memorial Day? Joe Mama's Tea. The third thing, what is the most idiotic thing you've seen people do on the freeway that just makes you crazy? Or does it make you crazy because you know how to handle it? But what on the... Talk to me.
Texting and trying to read the paper.
People trying to read the paper while they're driving. Right. I'll tell you what. If they're trying to read something other than West Side Story newspaper, I'm agreeing with you. But if they're, sometimes, no, you're right. What about people talking on the phone while they're driving?
Well, if they
You're not driving, are you, Miss Wright?
But
I'm parked, so
hands-free. Wait a minute, Wallace.
but I'm not driving.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Wallace. Now, see, you going too old school because now they got all the devices out. They got all of the hands-free. Sometimes we have to take those phone calls because we can sing while the radio on. We can do all this other stuff. Now, why can't we have a conversation that we can sing?
Oh, so in other words, you're pleading guilty.
No, I'm not pleading guilty.
All the excuses
wait a minute, you see
gave
how he
are
throw
from
that
people
guilt in?
who are guilty. They're trying to say, wait a minute,
Facebook,
I can chew
Twitter,
gum, I
listen
chew
to
gum
this.
and dance and drive and sing at the same
Facebook.
time. And just because you and
Call
the
and help
judge
a
and the
sister out.
policeman don't know how to text and drive.
888-909-1050. You know what? Call. Because, see, here's the deal. Wallace going to talk about some pleading guilty. There's nothing to plead guilty to because it is the law that you can talk on the phone if you are hands-free.
Right.
Thank you, Wallace. Wallace just can't chew gum, talk, and drive at the same time.
You guys are misinterpreting the word free. You know, you guys are misinterpreting the word free. That's all.
Facebook,
You think
Twitter, LinkedIn. Can y'all please call in because because this pleading guilty, there's no pleading guilty. Am I right, Beverly?
Okay, so when I ride along on the freeway and I see you with not your sunglasses on, but your reading glasses on, I'm getting right with Miss Wright here that you're probably trying to read or text while you're driving or read your text while you're driving. And okay, all of that's fun and cute, but I think I've seen evidence along the side of the freeway, bumpers laying over here, skid marks all across the freeway, traffic stopped and stalled because somebody was singing Maybe they were maybe they were reaching to turn the radio down. Maybe they were reaching in the back seat to get something. I don't know. But distracted driving isn't just.
Yeah.
And I agree. But let me say this. I do agree that there are people who are much more astute physically and mentally at doing things than others. And I don't think that you should just get a ticket for talking on the phone. But if you cause an accident while you're talking on the phone, now I think, that now we should bring into play the extra penalties. If you turn if you're driving down the street in the middle of the night and the light is red and there's no traffic, I think you should be able to run that light. No, I don't mean just keep driving through the intersection, but you should be able to stop.
Guilty? Are you pleading guilty,
Yes,
Wallace?
yes,
okay.
I'm telling you, if you see me, if it's in the middle of the night and there's no traffic coming, I will probably drive across that intersection.
Now, you got to remember, Wallace, now we got some teenagers listening
probably,
to you.
And it's because I've looked to my left, I've looked to my right, I've maybe sat there long enough to determine that something is wrong with the red light system, and this light is being out of time and it's holding me longer than it's intended to, and I make that assessment that I should probably go on so that I don't endanger the planet by letting my car idle and put all of that carbon stuff extra into the air. So it's right. That makes sense.
I just had that. And instead of running the red light, I went up the next block and made my left-hand turn and came back to where I needed to go.
See,
okay?
That's
so I didn't have to run the red light. I had the choice of going up one more block and coming back around.
See how clearly you think when you're not talking on the phone while you're driving? That's really an example of how smart we can be when we're not doing some of the things that slow us down. Ms. Wright, I'm not going to cut you off, but we are going to get you off of the air. And I'm wondering why you're not at church right now. Might it be because your new pastor's not there?
See, you're not right. You put her on Front Street. Well, she could be at the parking lot and stepped outside because she felt that the Empire Talks Back was very important.
Once again, the slyness of the Bryles child has come to the floor.
I am now finished and free to talk to you. Your wife text, I'm trying to respond.
I really appreciate your call. I really do. And I appreciate more than the call, the factual information that you're able to deliver. We often have been the victims of alternative facts and misinformation. And I know that that's not the case with you, because actually you are an administrator at that New Hope Missionary Baptist Church. So we got it from someone very official. And I do appreciate you getting off of the freeway and safely making the phone call to let us know. Now.
Thank you.
Okay. And just because you did all of that, I'm going to ask you one more time. Where is the good barbecue going to be tomorrow?
It's probably today.
So you can get it prepped this evening, along with my Joe Mama tea.
There will not be a barbecue at my house, despite the normal accuracy of Beverly Jones Wright's report. She is off report now. Okay? We're going to have to find someone else. Beverly, thank you so much. God bless you. Someone can give us a call and tell us where the good barbecue is going to be tomorrow. We won't tell everybody, but we will congratulate and salute whomever that person is. We'll do it on our private phone. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to rile up Tammy Martin Rouse and find out some of her personal secrets and tell you guys all about them. We'll be right back.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
This is Reverend Judy Wortham-Sauls, First Lady of Holman United Methodist Church, to tell you about something that is of great importance to our communities. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act and Medi-Cal, 6.8 million African Americans became eligible for health care coverage. This is crucial, folks. I often hear personal stories about how Medi-Cal saved a son's, daughter's, or mother's life and saved families thousands of dollars in medical bills. At Holman, we are huge advocates of helping those in need, specifically if you require access to health care, which we all know provides peace of mind. Our communities need to thrive, and it all begins with our health. Let's stand up for Medi-Cal and continue to work to safeguard health care for all. The Affordable Care Act also boosts our economy and has created over 330,000 jobs for Californians. Remember, Medi-Cal enrollment is year-round. To find a clinic near you where you'll receive free confidential help to enroll, please visit localclinic.net. That's localclinic.net. Or call toll-free 855-899-PLUS. That's 855-899-PLUS. Stay loud, California.
KCAA, where every day is a great day.
Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We're here discussing great Memorial Day recipes for food and for avoiding road rage on the highway on your way to getting that good food. And that's what we want to do. We want you to acknowledge that it is Memorial Day and that there are many people on the freeways going out to do things that they think have something to do with Memorial Day, the big picnic, the big race. They're possibly not even sticking to the real reason that we have Memorial Day, which is to honor people who have served in our military and who died as a result of such. So it's not just the big picnic day. It's not just the big outdoor eating day. It's not just the day to get on the highways and travel miles. This is a day to remember people who've served our country and who served our country and died as a result of that. Driving on the freeway to an event on Memorial Day is not a good reason to die. And so we're asking you to pay attention to what you're doing on the highway, pay attention to what other people are doing on the highway, and don't do some of the little stupid things that we do. Don't be, as one of our callers, just Ms. Jones Wright, just said, there's people out here reading the newspaper. Well, maybe to read the newspaper, but they're reading texts. Read the road signs in front of you. That'll be the number one thing we can do. The other thing is, if someone does make you angry on the freeway, do something a little crazy, pull in front of you and slow down. Your attitude is what you should control. You can control your attitude probably better than you can control your car, because things that can happen to your car, you'll need a good attitude to deal with. Don't be nutty-wuddy out there on the freeway. Be satisfied with getting where you're going without the accident. And try to do it with some humility. You're not the only one on the road. You're not the only one that has a goal. And you're not the only one who possibly started the day with some bad coffee. Started the day with some bad news. Started the day with a cold shower. Not a bad thing to do. Now, you don't want to start with a cold shower on purpose, but I mean by accident, thinking it's hot water. But all that I'm saying is that we don't always get what we want, but whatever we get, we should be able to deal with it in some type of way that's not going to be harmful to ourselves or harmful to other people. So that's what we're preaching and asking you today to do. All of that means be preventive. Don't figure to get to your place in 5 minutes. You know, there's other folks on the road. Give yourself an extra 10 minutes, extra half hour. Like they say at the airport, come early. That way you won't have any problems. So, Tammy, are there any incidents that you can remember that you would like to not have happen again on the highway?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Most of my incidents don't even concern any people, and you know, it's just about these. And I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna go back to that word that I used to use a long time. That raggedy. You ever heard?
See, that's a level of that describes your competitiveness there. You're already judging the ability of.
No, I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about
their
these.
car.
I'm talking about these freeways.
Oh, the freeway being not
raggedy. Now you've heard that word.
Potholes in the freeway.
Oh, see, I can't just say potholes. There's a lot of stuff. So you got to include it all. What did you say? Rubberneck, raggedy. Okay, so.
You're speaking of the infrastructure, the actual condition of the highway itself.
Okay, I'm gonna be nice. With the road condition. Okay, the road condition.
I mean, I'm kind of responsible for the road conditions because I pay taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I pay Caltrans. So you're complaining about me and how I, as a taxpayer, am taking care of the highway?
No, you might be paying it, but and I don't want to talk negative about that because I know that politics and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, we doing this, we got these bill passed, all this money gonna go to the road. That's a whole nother subject.
Okay, so
but
you're actually talking about
messed up the frame of my car.
Our legislators. You're talking about our
let's keep it clean, but let's keep it clean now. That's another subject because we talking about what my bad experience on the road.
So you blaming me, the taxpayer, for not keeping up with my tax money and being sure the road is right?
I'm gonna blame the road right now. I'm gonna just talk about the road.
Okay.
You told me
the road
my
isn't responsible. The road is responsible. Tell me how the roads are messing up, Tammy.
Because let me tell you, and I will.
Is there a section of the highway that just reaches up and grabs your car?
Yes, it
and
does.
Throws it up against
it's
the
called
wall?
the 10 and the 15. And if y'all know what I'm talking about, then you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. I don't know if we're still live.
Tammy, I'm having a problem. Are you talking about the other people on the freeway with you?
Yeah, hit the bottom button. Huh?
Are you talking about the people on the freeway with you, or are you talking about the condition of the freeway itself? What do you mean? Are the freeways too crowded? Are the roads too rough?
No, the freeways are.
The pavement isn't correct.
Is that? Oh, our phone is dead, you guys.
Oh, man.
But oh no, it's still on. So let me reset it.
Okay.
If you can hand it to me.
Tammy lost
We
her.
are live, y'all, so you can see it all going down.
And now, if you were on the freeway and this occurred right now, would you pull over to the side and fix this, or would you be able to handle this while you're driving, Tammy?
No, I have messed up my car 2 times on the freeway, and people get mad at you because you're going slow, you're pulling over, but
This is true.
And I'm sitting there like, what you yelling at me for?
Because you're in the middle of the freeway and you're talking on your phone and
But
you're
I
not
can't
driving
help
as
it.
fast as you need to be driving.
I can't help it.
Now, see, this is the point that we're talking about. You are watching somebody on the road do something that is probably not right, or in your mind not right, and instead of doing what you think was right, they're going to give you that big roll them eyes and say, I can't help it. Tammy,
what?
You can't be doing this kind of stuff on the road. Not just you, and I'm not picking on you. I don't want you, cutting my tires as we go out to the parking lot. I'm not picking on you, but there's things that people should not be trying to do on the road. It holds the rest of us up. It causes a problem.
But it's called patience.
Okay, so now you've got the guy that when he woke up this morning, Miss Mary, his wife, isn't there. The furniture's gone. His wife left him in the middle of the night. He woke up and he's on his way to work, and as he gets to work, he gets a phone call that says, you don't need to come to work. You just got fired. And then he pulls up next to you, and you're over there on your phone trying to, instead of drive. This man is mad. He's mad not at you. He's mad at everything that has occurred to him that day, but he's going to get to use you as the excuse. And so that's road rage, and you helped start it. Miss Tammy, I'm on your side, but somehow.
I think we have a guest here.
Have her come in.
Have her come in.
And I can't hear Anthony. And I know he's there. I know he's there.
We're towards the end of our segment, but it's a great introduction into a segment to come up.
Yeah, we have Ms. Johnson. She's going to come and join us in the future. So we're going to ask her some questions and all that stuff. But I cannot hear Mr. Garcia. I know he's in there. I see him playing, and I can't hear him. Maybe I should turn.
And I will introduce her really quick.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Turn your radio up. You don't want to miss Anthony Garcia, the Mood Master. And how are you this morning?
I am doing fantastic.
You look familiar. I know you, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Yes, ma'am. You've been here before to talk about your great efforts to make people knowledgeable about a cancer effort. Talk to us. Tell them hello.
Well, let me introduce. This is Jocelyn Earls, and I have known her for a few years.
Move closer to the
and when I met her, she was fighting for the Tatas, and she's still fighting for the Tatas. But this lady is multifaceted. I mean, she's just not a founder, not only just a founder, but this is a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur, so she knows how to get it done. So right now, we're going to let her introduce herself and then talk about some of
yeah, we've only got a couple minutes. Tell us about your foundation and your project, and then we're going to invite you to come back. But we really only have a couple of minutes, Jocelyn.
Good morning, Radio World. My name is Jocelyn Earls, as they said, and currently I am fighting a breast cancer called inflammatory breast cancer. Supposedly it is an extremely rare breast cancer, but the more we dig, it is not. And supposedly, like all of the breast cancers, African American or black women and men is at stake of this particular breast cancer. Our organization is to bring education and to explain to you that we are not, as a black race, in such dire straits as is said. But yes, there is a lot of things that we have to pay attention to as far as our bodies and what we believe in. And that's what we do. We go to the hospital with you, we hold your hand, we speak with the doctors on your behalf. We also refer you to doctors if you feel that you have breast cancer. This particular one is one that you cannot miss. And a mammogram, by the way, will not detect this breast cancer. So you can have all the mammograms you choose. The next day you will have inflammatory breast cancer.
How do you find that out? I mean, how do you test for inflammatory breast cancer?
How do you test for inflammatory breast cancer? There is no test for inflammatory breast cancer, and that is what I am fighting for. We do not have a distinctive diagnosis for inflammatory breast cancer because it is a visual breast cancer. It is a rash that will show up on your breast wall, not a lump. But you will wake up one morning and whichever breast the tumor is in is 2 to 3 sizes larger than the other.
That quickly?
Quickly.
Overnight, almost.
It is overnight. Mm-hmm. And that is the problem. You can have a mammogram today, this morning, and tomorrow morning you have inflammatory breast cancer.
Or you could simply be going about your normal life today, and tomorrow you wake up and find that there's nothing normal about your situation.
Quite true. But I will say, since I am a patient of inflammatory breast cancer, you start feeling sluggish.
Well, you know, the thing, I'm going to have to interrupt you because we are at the end of our program. But the idea is that we are going to be bringing you back, Ms. Jocelyn, so that you can speak about not just your program, but some of the solutions that you're involving yourself with that we, as an audience and radio program, can help you do to first educate other people and to inform folks as how to prevent that.
And if you have any questions, please call.
Yeah, we'll give you guys a shot to call back. This is Empire Talks Back. We'll be back next week under 2 circumstances. 1, if the good Lord's willing. 2, if the creek don't rise. This is Empire Talks Back. See you then. Thank you for joining us. Have a safe day, and don't go out there driving crazy and causing other people problems. Go out there, and if they try to cause you a problem, take a deep breath, count to 5,000, and you'll be okay. God bless you. See you next week.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
At the Indy 500, 80 of 200 laps complete. Ryan Hunter-Reay has the lead, followed by Alexander Rossi and Fernando Alonso rounding out the top 3. Tomorrow night, Stanley Cup Final gets underway. Penguins and Predators. Preds playing for the championship for the first time in team history. Head coach Peter Laviolette reflected on what this playoff run has meant to the city of Nashville.
Nashville has really taken on a life of its own. I think the downtown and the energy that's down here I think our fans who have been so supportive for so many years, especially the last couple of years and the playoff runs that we've had, the energy that they bring into the building, and you guys see it just like we feel it on the bench. It goes to a level that I'm not sure goes anywhere else in the National Hockey League.
As for the defending champs in Pittsburgh, Penguins star Sidney Crosby has his eyes on the prize.
You just think of it as a great opportunity. I think that, we don't really look at it as back-to-back. I mean, there's different guys here, but this is what you work hard for all year, to give yourself a chance to play. And, in this situation, it's not something that